What's up? This is just a really quick setup and tutorial video for Nodeful. What Nodeful basically is a node for attendance. So you can log attendance really easily on your phone and then store it on a centralized Google Sheet. So what that means is you can make your attendance data really easy to view for anyone. And it also means that you can log attendance on multiple different phones at the same time, and it all gets tracked in the same place, which is great if you have maybe a team taking attendance. So all that we need to do to set up is create that centralized Google Sheet and then set up the script that connects it to this app and any other versions of the app that you might be running on other phones. So if I press next here, you see all we need to set up is to fill out these two fields here. So to do that, I'm going to open this template that I linked in the description of this video, and then I'm going to quickly make a copy. So you can name the copy whatever you want, just make sure it's taking this script file with it. So I'll make that copy. Okay, and then all that we need to do to set up the actual spreadsheet is add in our names. You can really do this whenever you want. You can do this before or after setting up the script. It really doesn't matter. But I'll just do it now because it's easier just by pasting in a random list of names. But again, you can do whatever. Just two important things for this name list rather. Make sure every name has a first and last name. You don't technically have to have a last name, but if you don't put a last name in, then if you try to sort the app by last name, those names will just disappear. So just to make things easier, make sure every name has a last name. And then one other thing, make sure this list doesn't have any totally blank spaces. If you want to split stuff up, you can just write whatever you want in this field. It can just be something random. You can color it and style it however you want. Just make sure you don't have blank spaces, because if there's a blank space, the script will just not count attendance for any names under that space. But that's pretty much it. Just avoid those two things and should have your name list perfect. So that's the spreadsheet setup, and we just need to set up the script, and I'm going to do that by going to extensions and then app script. And that should open a page that looks exactly like this. If it doesn't, that means one of two things. It might mean that you have multiple different accounts logged in with Google and it just opened the wrong account by default. And the best way to get around that is just to open this all in a private window like I'm doing here, just to make sure it's using just the right account. And then if that doesn't work, you might be using a school or a managed account that has specifically blocked app script. And if they did that, there's not a lot you can do except for set this all up on a personal account. So you would just have to do that. And then anyway, to set this up, first of all, we need to take this link for the spreadsheet we just made and then paste it between these quotation marks right here. That'll tell us what the right thing to edit is. And now we're going to press run, and what that'll do is prompt permissions. So basically this script needs permissions in order to make any edits. Unfortunately, it doesn't really give any scope on the permissions that it asks for. It just gives a really huge, scary message. But the good thing is all the code that it's running is just on this small page, and you can check it all yourself. And really the only thing that the script is editing is the spreadsheet you just linked at the beginning. So you can feel free to verify that. So anyway, I'm going to press review permissions, sign in with the one account, and then press advanced, and then this button down here. Finally, I'll press allow, and that should be it for permissions. Now, just one more thing, we need to press deploy, new deployment. It'll give these fields here. If you want, you can add a description. I'm just going to put something short. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to press deploy. And after just a second, it'll give us what we need, this URL. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come back to the app. I'm going to paste it right here. And then I'm going to take the list of names from earlier, copy that, and then paste it right here. And now this button lights up, and that's everything that we need to set up. So you can see we have the full list of names here, and if I select a few as if they were attending and press submit, you can see it instantly gets logged along with the date. And that's exactly what we want. And the good thing about this is now you can open it up on multiple different devices like this and set it up with the same information. Information that you can access just by going to settings and scrolling down. That's everything. All the other settings here are just appearance and sorting and stuff like that. You can feel free to go through that. Really, the main feature of this app is just the ability to track names like this, and everything else is just making that experience easier for you. So I hope you enjoyed this app. If you have any issues with setup or just with the app in general, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much.